Hello, everyone. Hello to the 2022 Black Women's Health Conference. I am extremely excited to be here. I am nervous, but we're going to do this. So thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it. So I am Jasmine Perkins Pate. I am a founder. I'm Jasmine Perkins Pate. I'm a visionary and entrepreneur, a HIV prevention advocate, future author, and the founder of Do It For Me. So Do It For Me is a nonprofit organization that creates HIV and AIDS awareness in New Orleans with emphasis on the Black and youth community. And our mission is carried out via three unique pillars, which are inspiring individuals, educational empowerment, and connecting community. So through Do It For Me, in the past, I would go to various churches throughout New Orleans to give HIV prevention presentations, because I don't know why, but churches don't really have those hardcore conversations like they should. And additionally, this past December, in honor of World AIDS Day, Do It For Me had its inaugural HIV and AIDS Empowerment Brunch and Silent Auction, which was absolutely phenomenal. So although I have been in this space for, I guess, about 7 years, this is actually not a path of my choosing. This is not something that I just woke up one day and said, oh, this is what I want to do, or this is what I know I'm supposed to be doing. But I do believe it is a path of destiny. And what I mean by that is, if I can share a short story, when I was a freshman at Christian Brothers University in Memphis, Tennessee, I was sitting alone in my dorm room at my desk one quiet evening, and then all of a sudden sadness overwhelmed me. I immediately identified what these feelings were, because these were the same recurring feelings that I would feel after losing my mother to AIDS when I was only 7 years old. So as I sat in the dorm room, I just thought to myself, like, here I am yet again in yet another milestone of my life without my mother. You know, you want your mother there to guide you and to be there for you and hold your hand through the ups and downs of life. So, in my frustration, in my grief, I said a short prayer to God, just telling him that I wanted to honor my mother's life in a way that would prevent other youth from going down the same path and contracting HIV. So like 2 days later from that prayer, I was awakened from my sleep and I clearly heard the words, "Do it for me." Do it for me. I quickly popped up out of my dorm room, twin-size bed, found a pencil, found a paper, and wrote those words down. And I was really just overwhelmed, because I'm like, wow, God answered my prayer in such a profound way. And what I did know was this was bigger than me. This was definitely bigger than me. So I believe this is the moment that propelled me into purpose. This is the moment. And Do It For Me has been evolving and developing and impacting ever since. So, navigating life without a mother has had its challenges. As I said earlier, you want your mother's love to affirm you through the ups and downs of life. But sometimes life does not play fair. You know, sometimes life hands you lemons, but as they say, we're gonna take those lemons and we're gonna squeeze those lemons. We're gonna put them in a nice glass of water and add some sugar, and we will make lemonade. I love this saying of, when life gives you lemons, you turn it into lemonade, because it allows you to look at whatever situation that you're placed in life from a victor's mindset. It makes you look at things from a place of victory, like you are more than a conqueror. So with this new mindset, I reflected and I realized that although my mother has not been here for the majority of my life, I had to realize that she actually taught me so much in her absence. I'm trying to flip the page. Oh no. And one powerful lesson that I believe that my mother taught me was the power of choice. My mother is no longer here today because of one choice. And that choice was she had unprotected sex with someone in high school without knowing that person's status. And unfortunately, that person infected my mother with HIV. And from what I was told, this guy was a handsome man, beautiful to the eyes. You know, someone who, as the world would say, did not look like he had HIV, which furthermore proves that it is inaccurate to judge whether someone has HIV or not simply by the way that they look. It is important to get tested because that's the surest way to know that you do not have HIV. So, as I said, our decisions have the ability to shape and change the scope of our lives. See, that one decision shifted the scope of my mother's life because it removed her from this earth prematurely. It shifted the scope of her mother's life because her mother had to navigate life with losing her only child. And then it also shifted the scope of me and my sister's life, who would now have to accept the new reality of living a motherless life. So this experience has inspired me to develop the choice method. And this is a method that I use to filter my decisions through to help me make empowered life choices. While there are 6 elements to this method, I will only share the first 2. So we all have the power to see. The C in choice stands for create. Create desired community. So creating desired community revolves around the principle of sowing and reaping. You know, you cannot reap what you do not sow, and you will reap what you sow. So this element of create of my choice method shows that we have a blank canvas where we can paint the picture of what we would like to see in our communities. This is where community engagement and activism comes in. This is where staying committed to causes and educating our community comes in. We all play a major role in contributing to a well-informed, healthy, and prosperous community. You may ask how? By contributing your gifts and your strengths to the community around you, by using your voice to empower those around you, by choosing wisely and just doing the next right thing, the next best thing. And an event such as the one that we're in attendance now, this is an example of how you can create desired community. Someone had a vision to create a more informed and empowered community in the Black women's health space to keep information flowing, which in turn helps people to make empowered life decisions. And this is how you create desired community, by coming together to share knowledge and to share strengths and to create what you want to see. It's all about reaching behind us and making the next person's journey coming up behind us a little bit easier, a little bit brighter and better. We have to care about issues that impact Black women and girls. Why? Because a lot of us are Black women and girls. We are our voice. No one knows our experiences any better than we do. And if we don't use our voice, no one knows our experiences any better than we do. And if we don't use our voice and create opportunities and experiences such as this conference, who else will? So the change starts with us. And we all have the power and freedom to create. So the beauty and reward of community engagement is watching change unfold right before your eyes. Like the pride and the self-esteem that comes along with knowing that I had a part to do with making the world a better place. That is such a satisfying feeling. One example of living out the create element of the choice method is to start a business. You can literally have an idea or passion and turn it into a business and have total control and freedom to utilize your business to impact yourself and community. I was asked to share some tips on business startup and operation, and 3 things that I will share is number 1, you have to start with a mission and a vision. Just start by asking yourself, what do you want to create? Why do you want to create it? And like, what is the inspiration and motivation behind your business? Your why has to be bigger than you, because this is what will keep you going. And your mission and vision can be developed out by taking your time writing your business plan. You can Google business plan templates and find one that you like and use that as your guide while creating yours. The mission and the vision is the heartbeat of your business that will keep you focused as you move forward. Number 2, be the solution to a problem. As a business owner, as long as you are the solution to a problem, you will stay in business. People do not like problems, period. People want their problems to go away very fast, and people are willing to pay for peace. So if the solution that you bring to the table offers some sort of peace, that is very good. Solutions to problems can look like relieving stress or helping people see things from a new perspective, saving them time and energy and money, or creating new experiences and convenience, creating safe spaces for conversations, and the list goes on. For example, according to the CDC's 2019 report, Black people accounted for 42% of new HIV diagnoses, and 1 in 7 individuals in the U.S. are living with HIV and do not know it. So therefore, Do It For Me, I wanted to provide a solution by creating awareness around a topic of HIV and AIDS, and to dismantle the taboo nature surrounding it. I wanted to create a safe space and platform for people to learn without being judged. And lastly, the last business point that I will share is to be a lifelong learner. You may not be an expert in all areas dealing with your business, and that is okay. All you have to do is have an open mind and be teachable. Align yourself with people, places, and experiences that can teach you things about business that you do not know. Be willing to invest in yourself to get the training that you need to perfect your craft. You will be surprised at the value that you can gain from investing in yourself. Additionally, there are several organizations here in New Orleans that can offer some free online workshops and information sessions and programs and mentors to support your entrepreneurial journey by teaching you everything you need to know, from business startup to marketing to advertising and more. And the beauty of these organizations is you get help from actual business professionals who are entrepreneurs themselves and have years of experience building and supporting businesses. So some of the organizations that I follow include Urban League of New Orleans, their Women in Business Resource Center, SCORE, New Orleans Business Alliance, City of New Orleans, Office of Economic Development, and GOBI. So I suggest that you join these organizations' email lists, because you will be the first to know when grant opportunities and programs are made available. So now, the next element of the choice method that I would like to share is H for honor. We all have the power to honor. Honor personal boundaries. We all have the power to honor personal boundaries. So when you think about boundaries, boundaries protect all of us. It allows us to stay true to your own personal convictions and standards, and it allows you to make choices that is best for you and adds to the well-being of your life and not take away from it. Boundaries teach other people how to treat you by how you treat yourselves. Boundaries is an expression of self-respect, which brings me to my mother yet again. So just imagine being pregnant with HIV, knowing that your life was coming to an end, living in an era where there was no cure for HIV and AIDS, watching so many people die of this very disease. Imagine being pressured by a doctor to terminate your pregnancy because of his opinion, which was he thought it was horrible to bring a baby into the world that would only get sick and die. But guess what, y'all? I know earlier I highlighted a choice, an unfortunate choice that my mother made, which ended her life. But I want to highlight another choice that she made. And this choice was her deciding to honor her personal boundaries. A brave choice to honor herself, to know what she wanted, to use her voice and to speak up for herself, to honor her spirit, to honor her personal boundaries, and the very possibility that her baby could be born free and healthy of HIV. And I stand here today as that very possibility. I stand here today as a result of my mother's choice to honor herself. She made an empowered choice, and she did it for herself, she did it for me, in turn allowing me to do it for her and my children, and do it for you on today. So I ask you today, who will you do it for? Who will you create desired community for? Who will you honor your boundaries for? Who will you educate and inspire and impact and dream for?